What is your name?
Hans West.
Again?
Hans West.
You are from Netherlands,
Amsterdam, yeah.
Amsterdam. How old are you?
61.
You are a therapist.
Yeah.
It's difficult for me understand the relationships, but the relationship between fetish and therapist. So you aren't a sexual therapist, of course, no? You aren't a doctor.
I'm not a doctor. No, a
Yeah.
doctor is something different
Yeah.
than a therapist. But I am a therapist, yes.
Yes.
And
But not about the fetish, about the.
well, you can imagine that if people are just trying to find out and they think, what should I do with it? And they have certain ideas. They've read about it on the internet. And
Yeah.
they thought, well, I should do this or it should be that. And then you help people to, as we say, come out of the closet. And develop their own ideas about it. And
How many people in the world make your job? Therapist about fetish?
that's really new. Yeah, that's really
It's
new.
my first time.
Yeah, kink-aware therapy is really new.
When started? Not your job, but 5 years ago?
5 years ago, not even that, perhaps. And it was frowned upon. People do frown upon it sometimes, but it's actually, I do think it's, if you're open-minded,
Yeah.
and you have a look like what's needed, then you see that in this community there's lots of people who actually do need some guidance somehow. And for instance, polyamory. If you have like a love relation with 3 people, there's nowhere you can go other than in kink-aware therapists.
If tomorrow I like to be a patient, I like to be. I like to have a relationship, a professional relationship with you. Which is the price? Which is you make it by Skype? By Skype, of course.
Yeah, Skype also.
How many years? How many minutes? Sorry.
That's
A session of?
60 minutes, 75 minutes. That's mostly
Which is the price, please?
the 60 euros
For an hour?
for an hour, yes.
But it's not so expensive.
No, I don't want to be too expensive.
How many have you got people from outside of Netherlands?
Yeah, well,
Of course.
yeah.
More women or more men? More young or old?
More younger, especially from outside, Skype, that's something that's rather new.
I didn't understand with them. Do you know their name? Their name, no?
Yeah?
What is their name?
Karen and, I forgot. her
Karen
name.
is the girl.
Yeah.
But, which is the country in the world with more tradition in fetish? I didn't understand.
Actually, fetish is something, as they said before, is something from within. So it's something that people do live, and everybody has his own fetish. Fetish it comes from the fetish, the little dolls in Africa that get extra power from the gods.
Yes, yes.
And then
But
now it's something that material or clothing or something special or a whip, that it gets special attention for you, and it's important for you.
But there isn't for example, Italy is popular for pasta and
Yeah.
pizza
Yeah.
and ice cream.
Yeah.
There isn't a state symbol of fetish. There isn't.
No, there's different fetishes, and different fetishes have different flags, so to say.
But is in all
But
the
there's not just one country where there's all
is in all the continenti? In America, in Africa, in Asia, in Oceania, in Europe, in all? No.
I think
Not in Africa.
It's a bit of a Western culture, so I think it's more in Europe and America.
In the east of
you gotta
Europe
be
too, or
rich
no? In the east of Europe too, or not so much?
Also, but it's less tolerated.
Is?
It's less tolerated. Just like gay people aren't tolerated.
Okay. So where there are more people gay, there is more fetish.
Where there's more tolerance, there's more fetish.
Tolerance?
Tolerance. So
What does it mean?
if you're tolerant,
It's difficult for me to.
If you tolerate, some countries say, well, you shouldn't tolerate this because it's not because of it's against God or it's against the religion. I shouldn't tolerate it.
I know I never come in Netherlands. I like football, Netherlands football, but I know there is. I went in Budapest. It was incredible because there are porn cinemas
Yeah.
with €4. Someone can in the. I know they said me is full in the afternoon. I can go. I didn't went. I went in the night, but I was alone. Someone can.
Gone in the afternoon.
No, I was no. This kind of service are free and by my cash. And many people go in the cinema to see a porn film, and so they enjoy together in. How can I say? Well, you understand?
Sexuality.
Yes,
Yeah.
but the capital in Netherlands is one of the most. Is probably the land more open mind about sex, or no?
Yeah, well, in that case, Amsterdam and Berlin are really,
Berlin?
Berlin, yeah, in Germany. Those are really cities with a lot of openness and a lot of open-minded people, a lot of tolerance.
Last question: people who make this kind of divertisement are really happy. You know, for example, there are comics in Italy who are sad. One of the most important comics of Massimo Boldi is an actor of in Italy we say Cinepanettone, the comic film of Christmas. He was sad. He was really sad without the wife death.
A lot of comics, a lot of clowns are really depressed.
Sad,
people.
yeah. And people who makes fetish are happy, become more happy.
Especially when they make the switch and they do live their fetish.
The
If-
first
if you-
time,
if-
the first weeks.
No, not just the first weeks. Especially the first weeks are rather hard because you feel ashamed, and then you grow over your shame and you think, well, this is who I am, and it's kind of liberating to be who you are.
Yes, yes.
And that's where people actually get more happy. It's been searched after.
But switch-
scientific looked into this,
But-
and actually people are a little bit more happier
Yes,
than the average person.
but first of all, one can decide to be gay or not gay, and after a fetish or in parallel. First fetish and after no.
No, that's quite a separate thing. A lot of people have their fetish. Some people like to wear women's underwear. Some men like to wear women's underwear. Some girls want to have riding boots. It's all kinds of things. Some girls like small waist and have a.
I thought about last question is this. I thought about fetish in relationship of sadomaso. This is this is my thinking. It's part,
It could be a part of BDSM.
but
BDSM
I didn't think about homosex. I didn't.
No, that's
Separated.
a separate thing. There are people into BDSM and there are people gay or hetero. That's a different thing.
How do you imagine the phenomenon? How can I say phenomenon? This kind of art in 2050, in 31 years? No, in 30 years.
Well, I am kind of worried for the world as it is. A lot of people are crawling back into hiding in their houses and hiding in their religions and actually really dismissing other people. And I do hope we're getting more open and let people free and let people experience whatever they like and fight shame and ditch shame and learn to be open about what makes you tick.
Are there people Catholic? are there fetish really deeply, how can I say, religious? Yes. Are there someone who are deeply religious and liking
there are.
fetish too?
And sometimes that is a conflict, and that could
Yeah,
be
of
why
course.
people talk to me.
Yes, yeah.
And how should I think about this? But they actually, Catholicism is a belief system with a lot of passion and a lot of also pain, and a lot of people somehow sexualize these feelings.
But have you got, how can I say, a diploma, a laurea? You went to university for
Yeah.
this? Which kind of university to be a therapist?
Vrije Universiteit.
Pardon?
Vrije Universiteit. Free University in
Ah,
Amsterdam.
freelance. Where? In Amsterdam?
Yeah.
What was your past job? First of this?
I worked as a physical therapist in the beginning.
Physical therapy?
Physiotherapy.
Ah, sorry. Okay, okay.
And then later on, I got into more psychosomatic area, and then I grew more and more into psychotherapy.
Are there some couples who like which percentage of couple, men and women, not women, wife and husband? How many people? How many percentage, for example?
Well, you could say that about 10% of people is fetishes.
Yes, and in that
sometimes it happens that people only discover or only admit their fetish after, for instance, children have been born. And then they like to spice up things again, and they say, "Oh, well, I'd like you to wear certain clothes."
so no sex in party night.
In this party, no, not at all.
No, in Italy.
There are other parties where sex is involved, but that's other parties.
In Italy, people like sex. But for
All
example,
people like sex.
if I make a long video, with a many visual, if I ask seriously, no, if I ask with a normal people, not so not so visualization. The beautifulness is one of the most thinking of the of the people.
Of course, people like beautiful people, but actually, people who dare to be what they are more beautiful. Like if I'm ashamed and I'm like, should I feel this, and I'm less beautiful. If
No, I understand it.
And
No.
then people actually turn to better, and they start to take care of themselves, and that's what you do when you help people. Show yourself and take care of yourself. Do love yourself, and learn to perform, and learn to. And then people accessorize their best options. And if you got long legs, you work great.
In Italy, how can I say, beautiful people are have advantage in their life. Beautiful people, beautiful women everywhere,
Yeah.
men and women, in particular women.
Well,
The star of Instagram,
we-
the influencers. Are there influencers in Netherlands?
there are influences in
Now.
Netherlands, yeah.
You know Chiara Ferragni, no? This is the best in it.
I'm not
But
that
it-
much in the.
Is it popular in Instagram? The star of Instagram, the influencers, women, are popular in Netherlands too, or no? In Italy, there are.
Probably. I'm 61. I'm
You
not
don't
into-
like.
I do like, but I'm not. I'm busy elsewhere. I have my website. I have discussion forums.
You live in Amsterdam?
Yeah.
Thank you.